Hey guys, KGDFS back with another video, and in today's video I'm going to be breaking down the 13-game MLB slate going on today, starting at 7:05 p.m. Before we go and break down the big slate today, shout out to Tilted DFS. I'm a content creator for them, so go ahead, check out the website. We got a lot of good stuff coming up. They have really good articles for CSGO, MLB, NBA, football, hockey, golf, and UFC. The big team's coming back for CSGO, and the main person on this site is Big CSGO, so he's normally got some really good insight. He's gotten a couple big winners of either him or the people who read the articles, so go ahead and check out those. And we got some good stuff coming out. You should be seeing a bunch of videos for me this weekend or tonight, tomorrow. CSGO main teams come back, MLB, you'll see a basketball video, and you'll see an MMA video, seeing that I am back in North Carolina and back with my complete setup mostly. So you will be seeing some more articles, more videos from me over the next day. Apologize for not posting a video the last 2 days. 2 days ago, which was Wednesday, was our trip back from Tennessee. We left around noon, and I just didn't have any time in the morning to record a video. Then yesterday, I was basically sleeping the whole day because I was not feeling good. It was a shitty day, so glad I didn't do a video that day anyway, because my lineup absolutely sucked. Because I was a big fan of Chatwood, and I was a big fan of the Chicago stack, which did not work out because they lost 13-2. Anyways, now we're going to go ahead and jump into this one, break down this 13-game slate, starting off with a fantastic, horribly matchup between the Detroit Tigers and the Pittsburgh Pirates. First of all, I am not getting to any Pirates pitching today because you do have Chad Kuhl as your opener at $7,400 and Steven Brault as the long reliever at $6,500. Not really too interested in any opener relievers on this type of slate because it is a 13-gamer, and there's going to be a lot better of options, and you're going to have 2 to 3 pitchers that go off for 25-plus points. So, not really too interested in that. But on the other side, we'll go over Detroit hitters. Not really too interested in any. Not really interested in much from this game, just because there is better options on the slate. This game's going to go under-owned just because it is a little lackluster and not really that good of a game. If you're going to go to anybody from Detroit, maybe Crone, but I don't really see myself getting to much from Detroit. And once again, on the Pittsburgh side, I don't see myself getting to much besides Bell, maybe Stallings if he's a very, very cheap catcher, because he's a cheap catcher. And that's pretty much about it. Matthew Boyd going for the Detroit Tigers at $8,900 is actually my favorite play of this game. I do want to be able to try to get him into my lineup. Last game, he did not do as well. He was 9K. He scored 9.9 points against Kansas City. He went 5 innings, 9 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned. He did get 6 strikeouts. He did get 89 pitches, which he probably would have gotten more if he was pitching better. So I don't see Matthew Boyd on a pitch limit today. And overall, he's probably going to be a solid play just due to the fact that there's other players above him that people are going to want to pay up for instead of Matthew Boyd. So he's going to go rather low owned today at $8,900 against the Pirates. So solid play there. Moving on to the Atlanta-Philadelphia game, you got Vince Velasquez going for the Philadelphia Phillies at $6,900. You got Kyle Wright going for the Braves at $6,100. And for this one, I'm all right with getting to Vince Velasquez. I don't really mind going to a $6,900 pitcher just because, he's probably going to be a little under-owned. Last game he pitched, he was not good for him. He went 3 innings, 3 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, 2 homers, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. He got 3 points, but that was against a Miami team who's actually doing pretty well now. But I'm actually going to be targeting against them today. But going after Velasquez could be a decent contrarian play for today, or value option if you wanted to get to a higher pitcher like Zach Greinke or Trevor Bauer, which are both solid choices today. For hitting, Kyle Wright. I'm not really interested in Kyle Wright going up against Philadelphia. I feel like the bats are a spot that I might want to get to for the Philadelphia Phillies today. Going after Andrew McCutchen, Hawkins, Harper, Real Muto, which Real Muto has been absolutely on fire, and Gregorius is going to be a solid play. And if you even wanted to get to a Jay Bruce as a one-off, for like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 stack, that could be contrarian, and I do like Jay Bruce today going up against Kendall Wright, just because he has a ISO of 323 against right-handed hitters, which is going to make a really good matchup for Jay Bruce. On the other side, I don't mind getting to Atlanta hitters, even though there are going to be, I believe they're a tiny bit expensive today. We just got notification that the Chicago Cubs game is postponed or canceled. I have to check that out later. Philly stack is expensive, but so is the Braves stack. Both of these offenses are going to be a little bit expensive today. Freeman's at 5,200, Darno's at 4,200, Swanson's at 44, Azuna's at 47, and Acuna's at 55. So both of these are going to be expensive, but if you wanted to go to more expensive stack instead of expensive pitchers, go ahead, try to get to some Atlanta or Philadelphia. I have a feeling that this one's going to be ultimately a high-scoring affair. Moving on to the Mets and the Marlins, and one of my favorite pitching options for today is Michael Wacha, going for the Mets at $7,900. Going up against the Marlins team, yes, Marlins are 6-1 this year. They started off pretty hot, but they've beaten Baltimore and they've beaten the Phillies. So it's not really going up against that good of opponents. So I do like the Mets in this case. I do like Michael Wacha at $7,900. Yes, he's been struggling this year. Last game, he got absolutely lit up from Atlanta, but that's Atlanta. Last game, he went 4 innings, allowed 7 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned on 2 home runs, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. 96 pitches, so he's not going to be on a pitch limit. The only reason why he got knocked out of the game early because he got knocked around, and that was not really a good game for him, going up against a high-powered Atlanta team. But going up against a Miami team, which I don't mind getting to Miami either, but I do like Michael Wacha a little bit more in this matchup, just because he is $7,900 and he is a value pitcher for today. If you wanted to go after some Miami players, going after Dickerson, Aguilar, Anderson, and Joyce will be the options for me. Not really going to be interested in too much else from that side of the Miami Marlins. Moving over to the other one, Castellanos is going for Miami today. He is $4,800, but I don't see how that's going to be anywhere of a good play. I have a feeling the Mets are going to light him up tonight. And the Mets stack is actually quite cheap today. The most expensive Mets player is going to be Pete Alonso at $4,700. So getting to a Mets stack against Miami is actually going to be a good value option. They are probably going to be chalk, but I do like the Mets against Miami today. Going after Nimmo, Conforto, Alonso, Dominic Smith, and J.D. Davis is going to be a good option for me. I do like going after the Mets stack against Castellanos, who has not really shown anything so far. I believe he's making his first MLB career start, so that's why we don't have any statistics on him. So I have a feeling that he's going to go under-owned, but the Mets are going to probably light him up tonight. So Mets stack for the win. I'm not really interested in Miami. And even though I am a Mets fan, that's non-biased. Moving on to the Toronto Blue Jays and the Boston Red Sox, and this is a game that I'm not really interested in any pitching. Tanner Roark going for Toronto at $8,100 against Boston, not interested in that. And then Ryan Weber is going for the Boston Red Sox, not interested in him either. He's pitched twice this year, once against Baltimore, once against the Yankees, got losses in both those games. His highest scoring is -3.5 this year, or -3.3. Both games he went 3+ innings, or 3 1/3 and 3 2/3, and allowed a bunch of hits, bunch of home runs, no strikeouts in 7 innings this year. So I'm not really too interested in Ryan Weber, even though he is $5,300 against a Toronto team that does strike out a decent much. On the other side, I do like offenses for this game, going after Benintendi, Devers, Martinez, Bogarts, and Moreland. Even Velasquez as a catcher would be a solid choice for me for offense today, going after Boston. And I don't mind going after Toronto either, going after Bichette, Bingio, Gurriel, Tells, Galero, and even Gruchik. So not really a fan of pitching this game, but I do really like the bats. Moving on to the Kansas City Royals and the Minnesota Twins. Kansas City's throwing out Jacob Junis at $7,300, and the Minnesota Twins are throwing out Devin Smeltzer at $6,300. Smeltzer is the Twins list Smeltzer as their starting pitcher for Friday's game against the Royals. He is normally a reliever, so I'm not really too interested in him. He has pitched 2 games this season. Both of them were 2 innings, so not really too interested in him, even though he did come out of the bullpen. But I'd rather go to, once again, this is another game that I'd rather go to the offenses. Twins, I like Kepler, Polanco, Cruz, Rosario, Sano, and even Mitch Garver down at the 7th spot. I don't mind going there. And then on the Kansas City side, once again, I do like going after Merrifield, Soler, Perez, McBroom, and Modista. Not really too interested in pitching. Not really interested in Jacob Junis. He's pitched 1 game this year. Went 4 1/3, allowed 6 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts, 64 pitches. It was a no decision for him. I guess the White Sox blew up the pitcher after him. So, not really too interested in him either. Rather get to more offense on this game than defense like usual. On to the next one, which is the Cincinnati Reds and the Milwaukee Brewers. And I actually have mild interest in Trevor Bauer. Trevor Bauer has arguably been the best DFS pitcher this year. Trevor Bauer, in his 2 games, has gotten 36.4 and 36.5 points. Both of them were against Detroit, but that's all right with me. He's gone 7 and 6 1/3, and he has not been on a pitch limit, going and getting 111 and 105 pitches in both games. Combined games, gotten 20 strikeouts, only allowed 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, which was a home run and a walk. And that's it, and 3 walks over the first 2 games for Trevor Bauer. Very, very impressive stuff. I do like him today against Milwaukee. Oh, this is Cleveland. Why did I click on the Cleveland game? I'm reading some of the stuff off my phone. Sorry, I hit the wrong one. There it is, Bauer. Like him today. I don't mind going after Eric Lauer today for the pitcher for Milwaukee at $7,000. Lauer has thrown 1 game this year where he only went 2 innings, allowed 1 hit, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts, so he did get 16 points. The Chicago Cubs ended up winning that game quite nicely. He was only an opener, but I have a feeling that he's going to be able to go a little bit deeper today. He will be, obviously, look more into him, but I'm not really too interested in going after, well, If he's set to go no pitch limit, I'm fine with going after him. If he does have a pitch limit, not really too interested in that. As for the hitters, I'm not really getting too much of Milwaukee. They're a little bit expensive, and I'm not going after Christian Yelich. He's struggling, and until he shows something, not really interested into him. So not really interested in Milwaukee. On the other side, I do like a decent amount of Cincinnati hitters going after Irving, Castellanos, Votto, Suarez, even though Suarez is off to a slow start, and Moustakas could be an interesting play today against Milwaukee. All right, before we jump into the next game, I did get confirmation. The Chicago Cubs-Cardinals game has been postponed today due to additional COVID test results. So more players on Cardinals got tested positive. So we are now down to a 12-game slate, which is, I'm all right with that. Now, next matchup we got is Cleveland and Chicago. You got Aaron Savali at 9,300 for Cleveland. Don't mind that. And Dylan Cease at $8,600 for Chicago. Don't mind that either. They're decent payoff options. I'd rather get to Matthew Boyd than these two guys, but these two should have pretty low ownership just because the teams have high implied run totals, and you're not going to really want to get to these guys, so they're going to be good GPP plays. Savali, I have a little bit more interest in than Daniel Cease, but for offenses in this one, I'd rather go to Cleveland, going after Ramirez, Lindor, Santana, Reyes, and going after those four is going to be probably the way I want to go for this team. And then for the White Sox, going after Moncada, Abreu, Grandal, and Jimenez is probably going to Luis Roberts, 1 through 5 in this is probably going to be the way I aim. Just going after them, and it could be a contrarian stack considering that Savali is the 4th most expensive pitcher on the slate. Don't mind getting to him and getting some Chicago as well. If I was running 150, I would have the highest exposure to the Cleveland-Chicago game in terms of pitching and in terms of hitting. So either way, I'm fine with going there. Next one we got is we're skipping over the Chicago-St. Louis game, going to LA and at Texas, where we have, what did I click on? I clicked on Houston. Is that the next one on this list? No, it should be, oops, yeah, I missed it. Got Griffin Canning going for the LA Angels. I cannot speak today. At $8,200, I'm interested in him. He's probably going to be a solid mid-range price pitcher for the Angels today. I don't really like the Texas offense, so going after Griffin Canning could be a good option. He's pitched 2 games this year, went 4 2/3 and 6 innings. Combined 10 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, 1 homer, 2 walks, and 12 strikeouts. He's averaging around 84 pitches a game, so maybe going after him could be a solid spot, and I might want to be interested in him at $8,200. He probably will not be on a pitch limit because most pitchers now are not, so going after Canning could be a solid option. He does strike out 25% of his batters, so it could be a solid choice for that. Going after offenses, though, if you are to get to Texas, which I really don't like today, Calhoun and Gallo are pretty much going to be the only options for me today. And then going over to the LA side, Jordan Lyles is pitching for the Texas Rangers at $7,600. Not really too interested in him so far. He's pitched in 2 games, averaged, 2 games, 6 innings total, 3 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, 6 walks total, and only 3 strikeouts. So not really too interested in getting to Jordan Lyles. Give me some Trout, Rendon. Apparently is Shohei Ohtani back? I didn't think he was. Let me do a quick sees. Shohei Ohtani apparently is back, so getting to him is probably going to be I'd be alright with getting to that. And then Upton and LaSala are going to be the way I want to go for this game. But yeah, solid offense from LA could be a decent choice. Even pairing them with the cheap Mets team is quite nice for me. Moving on to the Houston and Oakland game, where we have Zach Greinke going for the Houston Astros at $10,200, and we have Chris Bissett going for the Oakland Athletics at $8,300. And I'm honestly not looking at either one of these pitchers today. Zach Greinke, I feel, is just too expensive, and there's other options that I'd rather get to, like Matthew Boyd in a spot that's quite friendly for him against Pittsburgh, going after Trevor Bauer at $400 cheaper against Milwaukee, and Griffin Canning. I'd rather go after those guys than Zach Greinke. And for Bissett, there's better options around the $8,300 range that I'd rather get to instead of going there. That being said, I do like offense today, going after, for Houston, Altuve, Bregman, Brantley, Gurriel, and Correa will be solid choices for me. And then I keep going to Oakland. They always seem to let me down, but I like Oakland again tonight, going after Simeon, Laureano, Olsen, Chapman, and Kana. I think that it will be a solid contrarian play. I don't think any of the Oakland players will be over 5% owned against Zach Greinke, so it could be a very nice contrarian play for me. Give me some Oakland. I do like them today. Next game is the Arizona Diamondbacks and the San Diego Padres. We got Luke Weaver at $8K going for Arizona and Zach Davies for $7,800 going for San Diego. Another game that I'm much rather get to offense than pitching. Luke Weaver has been rather underwhelming so far. He's gotten a point and a point and a half for the first two starts that he's made, going a combined 7 in the third innings for both games combined. 14 hits, 12 runs, all of them earned, 3 home runs, 5 walks, and 11 strikeouts. Not really a spot that I want to get to. On the flip side, Zach Davies has been quite underwhelming too. He did get 18.3 points against the San Francisco Giants, but he did not play well. It was in Coors Field, though, against the Colorado Rockies. Not really too interested in going after Zach Davies. I'd rather go after offenses. Offenses for San Diego, including Tatis, Grisham, Pham, Machado, and Cornsworth, and even going down to Will Myers is a solid choice for today. Going after some Arizona hitting as well. Give me some Marte, Calhoun, Marte, Walker, Escobar, and Peralta. If you want to get to Kelly as a cheap catching option or as a one-off catching option as well, I like that choice. So going after that could be a good one as well. 2 games left. Moving on to San Francisco and LA, where you got Julio Urias going for the Dodgers at $9,800, and Jeff Samardzija going against the Dodgers at $6,400. Not interested in Jeff Samardzija at all. Julio Urias, I am all right with. There's just better options for pitching on the slate. I'd rather pay up for Trevor Bauer, rather get to Matthew Boyd. So not really going to get to Urias, even though it should be a very solid spot for him to go to. So if you did want to pay up for it, I don't mind it. But going after hitting, if you want to get to Wilmer Flores, Yastrzemski, and Longoria for the Giants, okay. Not really too interested in getting to any Giants today. As for the Dodgers, I have a feeling they're going to be a solid stack today, and I don't mind going after them. Going after Max Muncy, Mookie Betts, Chris Bellinger, Justin Turner, and Corey Seager. And even Jock Pederson if you wanted to go down there. Solid choices altogether for that matchup. Final game of the day, Colorado and Seattle, where we have 2 pitchers that I'm not interested in at all. You got a $5,800 Santazala for Colorado, and you got a 5K Suzuki for Seattle. Not really interested in this game altogether. It is in Seattle, so less hitting for them than if they would be playing in Coors, so not really too interested. If you want to get to one-offs, Lewis and Seager for for Seattle, solid choices. And if you wanted to get to a little bit of Colorado, Story, Blackman, Arenado, and Kemp would be choices for me, but I'm not really too interested in this game at all. I'd rather go after some other choices on the slate, which we have a 12-game slate tonight, so that's pretty much it for this slate. If you guys got anything from this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and good luck on the slate, and let's make some money.